Because we have a thing here, like we're closer.
Close. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people.
Yeah, but you're closer to like
Hello.
being able to control it.
Do you reckon I can say hi to my mate up there?
Yeah.
what, didn't we book this room? Turns out we emailed them, but they missed it in the email and didn't book this room for Sunday. But, so I called the guy, and went to voicemail. He just called me back then. Apparently, we got lucky in that the shipping of new projectors got delayed. So they had to delay it anyway.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm the same like today.
Yep, we had a heart attack.
What is that? Yeah. Where might test room be?
Where was Ewan? She went to get food with Lamau. Oh, she would have dropped Lamau in here, and then she would have gone to the bar.
You seen Ewan?
Ewan?
You seen Ewan?
No, I've not seen him on that.
No one's seen him.
She's not at catering. She's not.
She must be on the park.
Nice fit.
Thank you.
I gotta get me one of these fits.
We went to your place this time. All of us, we went to your place. Yeah, to get some food.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
So big.
The wholesale store.
Yeah.
Where is the link for pet?
I just put in UQCS now. Is everything ready? Closed. Lamau's going to get through it. Yeah, that's what I did. Is link has link for live stream. I put it up in UQCS now. Are we waiting on much more? We're pretty much ready.
We're ready to go. We're ready to go on ADP.
Oh, 6 views already.
Yeah, go take a Snapchat.
Such a good chance to hackathon. Once I start.
Yeah, it's fine. Is that us?
What one? I don't like using a microphone. It makes me feel like a douche.
No.
You don't want to?
It's a big room. Like.
Yeah. But no one tells me.
We prefer to use this.
I feel like we're gonna finish and then food actually cooked in here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What's the timeline?
they've just gone to their car. Oh, well, Andrew's just parked right there actually.
We probably have like 15 minutes.
And then we'll have time for people to come down and get things. It should be okay. Because at very worst, people go into the room, then we go, hey, by the way, food's ready downstairs.
How far away is it?
20, 30.
Yeah.
Okay. Chips already here. They put it in the SEs. And then subject. Yeah.
Not the
Oh, yeah, you can
These things.
Yeah,
I don't think I've prepared for that.
I have to go back to my house.
Yep. Sweet. Yeah, good.
Hello, everyone, again. Can everyone hear? This is a sound check. Legendary. I'm going to assume it's true. All right. Welcome to Hackathon for 2022. So we have a whole weekend of fun. Most of it self-produced. You guys will be working on projects. We're just going to go through some meta information about the weekend, some information you need to know, and some basic runnings for how the hackathon will proceed if you haven't seen any of the posts on Discord or anything. So, without further ado, the rules. So, we have these spaces, obviously UQ, we've hired them out, but they're not ours. Please keep them a little bit tidy. We'll do a cleanup on Sunday, but that just means don't rip up the carpet if you can hold back from doing so. So for the weekend, we have 24/7 stay. Quick show of hands again from last night. Who here is planning to stay over tonight? Legendary. So we'll have a fair few people sleeping over tonight, right? So we have, for the whole of the hackathon, the entire floor of this AEB. Realistically, we have a whole AEB, but we're going to keep everyone to this level. So the floor plan is that we have the room that everyone came from, and that'll be the working for the majority of the hackathon. And then the other room, which we used for co-jam, or if you're in 1001 pracs, that room will be used for sleeping after 10 p.m. or so. So if you're tired, or it hits like 5 a.m. and you want to go to sleep, you can wander off over into that room and you'll be able to go to sleep there with nobody else wandering around. So, in terms of well-being and stuff, there are showers here if you would like. There is one shower on each floor, so you'll probably have to take turns. If you want to look for them, the one on this floor is just out to the left of the lecture hall next to the toilets, and I believe the others are also next to the toilets on every floor. There are toilets, again, on every floor as well, mainly female toilets, so please make use of those, do not use the rooms. Any announcements relating to the hackathon will be made on Discord, or we'll just go into one of the rooms and shout them, probably a mix of both. We don't expect there to be too much past the announcements for things like dinner, lunch. We won't yell at you for breakfast, but we'll get into that in a second. But more importantly, information about 24 hours out from the closing of the hackathon, an hour out, and things like that. We'll let you guys know through Discord and through the microphones and such. So, in a minute, or at the end of this, we'll have team registration and team creation. So if you have an idea, you'll be able to come down and such. But some notes on teams. So there's no rules on how large your team has to be. You can have a team of 30 people if you so wish. You can have a team of 1. Prizes are shared between the whole team, not per person. So if you do make a team of 30, you have to split $2,000 between you if you win the top prize. And your projects cannot be started early. So if you started working on it beforehand and you submit a repo with that work in it, you don't get a prize, so it sucks for you. So either start on a project from in about 20 minutes, or you can work on a project you started before, but you just won't be eligible for a prize. When we get to Sunday, we'll have the showcase presentation, and in that we'll also have presentations at the end for 5 teams who are chosen from the showcase. Of those, you'll have 5 minutes to present, and we'll have 2 minutes for our judges to ask you questions. And then from those 5 teams, the top prize, the runners-up, and the best presentation prize will be selected. We are limiting it to 1 presenter per team, so get your teams together and figure out who's the best at public speaking, because they'll be up here doing most of the talking. That doesn't mean you can't have somebody else up here also running through like a demonstration or controlling slides or anything. It's just that we'll have 1 person actually speaking through on the microphone. And only people who are current students at a university in Queensland, including other unis like QT or Griffith, wherever people are coming from, are eligible for prizes, but anyone can present and everyone has the opportunity to show off their project at the showcase as well. So, the prizes themselves. Hopefully you've seen this before. If not, this might come as a bit of a shock. Top prize is $2,000. There's a total of not $2,500, a bit more than that. And yeah, so all of these are our prizes. You can target them if you so choose. You can just make something you want and maybe you'll win, or you don't have to go for any of them at all. But these are up there if you want. And so for a schedule for this weekend. So we'll start off pretty much as soon as this presentation finishes and we've got teams up and going. But from here on out, you'll have until 2 p.m. on Sunday to work on whatever project you so choose. At 2 p.m., we'll be cutting off submissions. So at that point, if you don't have things in your repository that you're submitting or anything like that, then you'll still be able to present your project, but again, you won't be eligible for prizes. So 2 p.m. sharp cutoff. After that, you guys will have an hour to prepare for your showcase. So anyone here not done Deco 3801? Sizable chunk. Okay, so making that reference won't matter. So pretty much how it'll work is we'll have a bunch of tables spread out among the room, and for the hour and a half from 3 to 4:30, you'll have a stall that is just your presentation place where you get to show off your project, and everyone will be walking around taking a look at everyone else's projects. Now the thing with this year is that you also get to vote on everyone else's projects. So we'll release information on how you vote later. Pretty much it's just going to be a Google sheet. But you walk around and you submit your choice for each of the categories, so whichever you think is the best game, the best community project, etc. and which one you would like to see a presentation from. And then those votes will get tallied and pushed towards the prizes at the end, or who gets to come and present. So we'll have from 3 to 4:30. At 3 o'clock, we'll also have our 5 judges rocking up. So that's Paul Verbeek, Ben Burton, Matt Lowe, Matt Deshawn, and Christina Cifuentes. And they'll be walking around among you guys as well, also just taking a look at your projects and voting. Then we'll move into the presentations at 5 on the Sunday. So the 5 teams will present. They'll go for however long that takes us, and then from there we'll give the judges some time to deliberate, and then we'll move into the prize ceremony. That will happen in this room right here, so at the end on Sunday we'll all funnel back into here, and we'll figure out who has got what prize. And then after that, the weekend will come to a close, we'll say goodbye to everyone, but up on level 5, we'll have dinner and a live band. So we have Dijkstra's Algorithms returning this year. He'll be kindly presenting at the start of the presentations and then again during dinner. So at that, we'll go from there and through to whenever you guys want to leave. But pretty much at 8 p.m, the committee's going to bugger off anyway. So if you want to stick around after that, it's just a normal uni night then. Are there any questions on the schedule actually before we keep going, or anything about how the hackathon will run? Yes?
What happens when talking about breakfast on the schedule?
Yes, breakfast. Okay, that's actually a good question. So, breakfast. People staying over, we mentioned everyone will get a bit hungry in the morning, or at the night if you stayed up. So we'll have, if you've not seen it in the room up in there, on the right when you walk in, there's a section for food. We'll probably use that area for breakfast as well. But effectively, we have a range of cereals, toast, and pastry options. We've catered for all the dietary requirements indicated that were submitted through there, so there'll be an option for everyone for breakfast. And pretty much as soon as you wake up, you go in, grab something to eat, you can get back to hacking. That won't be monitored like lunch and dinner, in that that'll just be a come and grab, and there won't be a set time that it'll start. But for lunch and dinner, we'll have about 12 p.m. and about 6 p.m. each day. We'll have food downstairs on level 1. Notwithstanding, after this, we'll go down and dinner will be downstairs at 6 p.m. as well, roughly, whatever Andrew gets back. So actually, that's all the notes on the food as well. So there is a couple important things here to note. Can you guys just get up and come out here? So everyone up here, almost everyone up here on stage, no, everyone up here on stage is committee, but we're missing a couple who are off currently getting food. If you have any problems throughout the weekend, or you have some issues, or something's made you feel uncomfortable, or any sort of problem at all, you can come up to one of these people here and we'll gladly help you. There are three people not currently here, Andrew, Lamau, and Ewan, who are currently off getting food. You'll probably see them around on the weekend if you don't know them as well. They're also open to help. We have 2 official welfare officers for the weekend, that being Andrew, who's unfortunately just buggered off to get the subway, who would have been giving the spiel, and also myself as the backup. So those are the official ones, but really come up to anyone on committee with any problems you may have, and we'll gladly get them sorted for you. Yeah, so these are your committee members for the weekend. Also ping us on Discord as well. You'll see us up on the top right if you have any problems and you want to remain semi-anonymous as well. So, on that, sleeping arrangements we've gone over. Please make sure to sleep. As much as it is enticing to stay awake for the entire weekend, that is probably not good for Monday when you return to uni. So we have the rooms open for sleeping. We'll try and make sure that that is as quiet as possible so that you can get some sleep. Hopefully anybody planning to stay over has a sleeping bag or something to keep you warm as well. I have not stayed over in this building. I do not know how cold it gets, but I imagine the insulation is not that great. So, make sure you sleep, make sure you have your toiletries, make sure you get up and talk to people. You don't just have to sit there for the whole weekend at your laptop coding away in a dark corner. Get up and talk to people. Go and see what other people are doing with their projects before you get to the showcase. Maybe like nick an idea or two or something, you know? Get up and go around and talk, make sure you eat, make sure you drink, make sure you look after yourself as well, because as much as a hackathon, you sit down and you have a project you want to make, it's supposed to be fun as well. And there's no point losing sleep over, quite literally. Working teams registered, that's old. So after this, we'll go, we've pretty much covered the presentation stuff. So now we'll hand over to you guys pretty much. So if you have a team already, that's perfect. We have the link up there, go uqcs.org, hack register team. So if you go there, you'll find a Google form, and that's where you'll register your team. If you want to be eligible for prizes or present at the showcase or any form of presentations, you need to register a team. So if you already have a team, please go through there. But if you don't have a team, that's not to worry either, because I imagine there's probably quite a few of you here as well who don't. So if you don't have a team and you would like to make one, please come down here at the end, and we'll pretty much have like a collection of people down here who won't have a team. You can hopefully find someone. In saying that, now we'd like to open it up to anybody who actually has an idea and would like to publicly seek a team.
Repos in the team registration.
Oh, sorry.
Repositories in the team registration.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we'll make a note of that. Yeah, actually, that's a good point to note. For your submission as well, we'll need your repository where you're storing all your code for your project. So whether that's Git, GitLab, SVN, whatever you're using. There's a message in there, or there's a question in there that asks you to provide the link. Now, understandably, you probably won't have that set up yet. So that's just an if you already have it ready. And this goes for all the other fields as well, as in team name, team members, and GitHub or repository link. If you want to change that later, that's something that can be done. You just need to come up and talk to a committee member. So go through and fill out that form now with your team information. And then if you want to change that later, just come see one of us and we can edit it for you. So yeah, we'll leave that link up, and we'll also put it up in the other room as well so that you can register. Team registrations will be open until about Sunday morning, so you'll have it all set tomorrow to organize your teams and add team members and such as well. And the repos can be changed up until submission as well. Does anybody have an idea that they would like to come down and publicly say right now to search for team members? Or shout it out if you'd like.
We just want someone else to join our team. We are making a bad
Jetpack Korean flag.
Maybe a quick show of hands. Who here doesn't have a team?
Would be interested in joining.
Awesome. Can I be evil and force all of you down to the front?
Okay, lovely.
Yeah, level 2 down through this. Campbell, go through this door. Yeah, same. Alright, so if you guys are looking for team members, come down and talk to them at the front. Also, you guys should make teams among yourself. Apart from that, that closes the formal opening of the hackathon. So from here out on out, you guys are free to go and make whatever projects you like. As a note, dinner is almost ready, and we'll come into the room. Sorry. Yeah. We'll come and get you guys when it's ready in about 10 minutes or so. We'll be downstairs on level 2. So the level you guys are on is level 3, this is 2 here. So, apart from that, thanks for coming everyone. We hope the weekend is good, and get hacking.